This is the Ring Spotlight Cam Pro, and there is really nothing pro about it. But keep on watching because I'm going to tell you all about it.
Hello guys, LifeHackster here. Today we are going to review the second reiteration of Ring Spotlight cameras. And they now have two versions, the Plus and the Pro. I'll be reviewing the Pro version in this video, and I'm going to do a separate video for the Plus version, and I will eventually compare the two. But I'm going to give Ring some time if they're going to do some updates on this Spotlight Cam Pro, because at this time, this Pro has some issues, and it is not even the 1080p video quality. And I'll tell you everything that I found, so keep on watching. First, let's get the features out of the way. It has two-way talk, manually activated siren, 3D motion detection and bird's eye view, which we are going to talk more later, 1080p HDR video, and it has a field of view of 140 degrees horizontal and 80 degrees vertical. Two LED spotlights, and this one I'll tell you right now, and most of you will not like this, that the spotlights are now warm yellow 3000 Kelvin color lights. It can connect to both 2.4 and 5 GHz Wi-Fi. Ring only records motion events to the cloud, and if you want to access to view it, you will need a subscription, which starts at $3.99 a month per camera, or for unlimited Ring cameras, $10 a month or $100 a year. The Pro plan is if you have the Ring alarm and want to be professionally monitored. Now, Ring sells this Ring Spotlight Cam Pro in 4 variations: the battery, plug-in, solar, and wired. Take note though, the camera unit on each of these variations are the same. Ring just sells them based on its power supply. So if you want the battery version, it will come with a battery. If you get the plug-in, it will come with a power supply and a cable with a plug. And if you want solar, it will come with a battery and a solar panel. By the way, I'll talk more about the solar panel for the Spotlight cams later on. And the wired, which is not available yet, will have a hardwired kit, which is most likely a power supply adapter that can fit in a junction box. I'm actually interested in this when it comes out. And with these power options, these new Spotlight cams has two power modes that you can choose from, either battery or wired. Now, wired will always be better. You can set longer recordings, longer motion detection range, and it will have a pre-roll or pre-recording, which means the camera will start recording a few seconds before motion has been detected. But with battery power, it actually has a pre-roll too, like in the Ring 4 video doorbell. Just not the full resolution, no audio, and low frame rate. And we will talk more about this also later on. Let's see what we have in the box. And this is the battery version that I purchased. I will, however, test this plugged in also using the power supply of the Spotlight Plus. Inside the box, we have some paperwork, micro USB charging cable for the battery, we have the mounting screws and plastic anchors, and we have the mount. And if you push this up, it will come off from the mounting bracket. And we have the camera itself. We have the camera lens, light sensor, status light, mics, and we have the PIR sensor here. And we have the LED strip lights. And the bottom, which used to be the PIR sensor, is now the speaker. And it has a metal wire mesh grill. And on top, we have the setup button. On the back, we have the ball head to connect to the mount, and we have a rubber plug that covers a USB-C type port, which means the power supply and the solar panel needs to be USB-C. So Ring is going to sell separate solar panels and power supply for these new Spotlight cams. And if you turn the lower part to unlock, it will open up the battery compartment, which you can put a second battery for backup. And this comes only with one battery. On the bottom part here are the terminals for the speaker. This battery is the same battery pack from their older cameras and still uses the micro USB port if you want to charge this outside of the camera. And this part right here you can also pull out like their older Spotlights to change the orientation of the ball head, like if you need to install this in a ceiling. Setting this up is pretty easy. Just open up the Ring app, scroll down and choose Set up a device, Security Cams, scan the QR code, which is a little sticker on the camera, and just follow the app until it is set up. As for installation for wall mounting, make sure the bracket is right side up, screw it into the wall with the 4 included screws, put in the mount, and with my setup, the ball head cup is pointing down. Then screw it into the bracket to secure it. Loosen the aluminum collar and push in the ball head of the camera, position it, and tighten up the screw to lock it in place. I'm also going to demo here the Plus version, but it is the same with the Pro. And if you flip the ball head and place the bracket and mount in a ceiling, you can install the Spotlight cams under the eaves. I'm just going to show a quick view of the settings in the app. When you open up the Ring app, you will see a recent snapshot from the camera. Click on it and it should go to live view. In here, you can start two-way talk, which is full duplex, Turn on the lights, which will turn the live view in full color, and you can manually turn on the siren. Click the gear icon to get to the camera settings, and there are a lot of options here like event history, where you can view and download the footage. And another way to access past recordings is when you are in live view, and when you end it, you will get to the timeline, where you can swipe to the right for past events. And you will also be able to see the bird's eye view in action. That's the top view of the house, and the yellow dots is where I'm at in relative to the map. And this is the feature that Ring brags about on this camera. Anyways, back to the settings, and I'll just show the 3D motion settings. Now you can set this up initially for the overhead map to sync with the radar detector. Now I turned this off because of what I'll tell you later on in my testing. But these are the settings that you need to tweak for the bird's eye view to work and be more accurate. But aside from this, we have motion zones, motion sensitivity, you can adjust that. We have smart alerts, which basically would ring just person detection, no animal or vehicle detection. And on the device settings, we have light settings, and you can adjust the brightness of the spotlights, which are not that bright anyways, and you can schedule them when to turn on at night. Video settings, HDR on or off, and you will see this later on. Color night vision, on or off. We also have the picture-in-picture on what you want to see in the timeline, the bird's eye view or the low-res pre-roll. Well, time for testing.
So this is the video and audio quality of Ring's Spotlight Cam Pro, and this is in battery mode, and also it's HDR turned on, and video clarity test at 10 feet.
When I was reviewing this footage, I noticed that it is choppy, so I checked the frame rate. Well, 7 frames per second. Then I remember when I reviewed the Ring Video Doorbell 4 a year and a half ago, and this is where this low resolution color pre-roll feature started. And it was also 7 FPS. Now they have improved and fixed this with the video doorbell, but I'm not sure why this is still the case on this Spotlight Cam Pro. So I have to do the video clarity test by plugging in the camera and changing the power mode to wired, which you will have the real pre-roll full resolution.
So this is the video and audio quality of the Ring Spotlight Cam Pro, and this time it is in wired mode, and HDR is on. Video clarity test at 10 feet, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Running that test.
Now just for fun, I turned off HDR. Did you see any difference? Side by side? I actually think when the HDR is off, it is brighter in the shadows. Also, when it is off, the frame rate goes up to 24 FPS. With HDR on, it is only 15 frames per second.
This is the video quality of the Ring Spotlight Cam Pro at night, and with its two yellow spotlights turned on. And this is what it looks like at 10 feet, 15, 20, 25, 30. This is the video quality of the Ring Spotlight Cam Pro at night, and this with the spotlights turned off, and it has 4 infrared LEDs. And this is what it looks like at 10 feet, 15, 20, 25, 30.
We are going to test the motion alert notification speed of the Ring Spotlight Cam Pro, and it is 319, and I'm on my LTE connection. So let's check it out. And has the smart detection or the person detection turned on. There you go. I got the notification, and when you click and hold, you'll get a snapshot preview where you can snooze the events if you want. And when you click on it, it will go to live view. And you got the bird's eye view right there. Cool. Alright, so it's just turned 3:21. Let's see what the notification cool off of the Ring Spotlight Cam Pro. And this will work on both wired and battery versions. You can set the battery version to have little to no re-trigger time. Alright, less than a minute, you will still get it triggered it. Cool. Let's go 25. Wow. It's weird that this camera detected me at 25 feet only. 25. Alright. It's 25 feet only. I was testing all day trying to find out why the maximum detection of this camera is only 25 feet in both battery and especially in wired mode, which shouldn't be the case. Then I tested the Spotlight Cam Plus, which performed way better and as I expected. Then I realized one thing that the Plus doesn't have is 3D bird's eye view feature. So I turned it off and retested again. Alright, second day of testing, and we are going to test again the maximum detection range of the Ring Spotlight Cam Pro. This is in wired mode right now, and I turned off the 3D motion detection and the bird's eye view. And I think that's the one limiting. Alright, 40 feet. See, I told you. Yep, that's it. Now I got detected at 40 feet instead of 25. And that's it. The bird's eye view, which Ring advertised as to improve detection, is actually restricting the camera's detection range. This feature, which is the same on their Floodlight Cam Pro, which I also tested a year and a half ago, and I said then that this feature is just a gimmick, which is still true. It doesn't do anything aside from giving you dots on where the movement is in a satellite map view of your property. If you already live on that property that you are monitoring, seeing the footage, you know exactly where the movement is or has happened. You don't need a bird's eye view with dots for that. And now, this is not just a gimmick anymore, it is worse. This feature is also limiting the camera's detection range to only 25 feet for this Spotlight Cam Pro anyways. Wow, good job Ring! Okay, just to remind you again, the spotlights, which were white 5K color temperature before, they now changed this to yellow 3000 Kelvin warm light. I guess to have the same color on all their light cameras and smart lighting. I wish though for it to be bicolor at least. This is the Pro version in the first place. Well guys, what do you think of this Pro version of the Spotlight Cam? The issues here that I noted are just for the Pro version. I did test the new Spotlight Cam Plus and it is promising. I'm still finishing up the video and I will post it here pretty soon. But even if all the features of the Pro works, Ring just missed the mark on this one and overall a fail. This 3D detection and color pre-roll are more than a year old tech that they mashed up to the old 1080p Spotlight Cam, and even the dual power mode, which is actually a good feature and I'll do a separate video on this, has been a feature of their 3rd gen stick-up cams, so there is really nothing new with this Pro version. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.